decoding the fundamentals of crypto, one block at a time. Welcome to Chain Insights, where we analyze and break down the core principles of exciting crypto projects using cutting-edge AI tools. Always remember that our content is for educational purposes only and should not be considered financial advice.
Welcome to your deep dive into ChainGPT.
Yeah.
We've got a whole stack of your research here, article notes.
Wow.
Looks like you've been digging deep into AI and crypto.
Yeah, it's fascinating, I think, especially with all these new tools popping up,
Right.
especially like ChainGPT. It seems like we're really at a turning point with blockchain.
Yeah,
Oh.
and I see some of your concerns highlighted here,
Sure.
security and reliability of AI-generated content. So let's just jump right in.
Yeah.
What is ChainGPT,
Roll.
and what problem is it trying to solve?
Yeah, so think about, some of the biggest hurdles in crypto right now.
Okay.
There's complexity, there's all these security risks. It's hard to find good information.
Yeah.
ChainGPT is really tackling all of these problems at once
Okay.
with this suite of AI-powered tools, and it's aiming to simplify like everything.
Wow.
From creating smart contracts to figuring out the market,
Yeah.
even generating news updates, and potentially making crypto safer for everyone.
So it's not just another chat bot that you see,
No.
popping up on websites.
No, it's not just like a customer service bot or anything like that.
Okay.
It's really about building a whole ecosystem.
So like a whole AI-powered toolbox for blockchain.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
But
it's-
and what makes it even more interesting is it's all fueled by their own utility token,
Okay.
CGPT. And, you flagged the recent price jump in your notes.
Yeah, it's up 11% to like 22 cents.
Yeah, 22.60.
Which, I mean,
Yeah, and we can't give financial advice,
of course not, right?
but that kind of movement really suggests there's a lot of interest in what they're building.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, over 55,000 unique holders
Yeah, that's huge.
trading on major exchanges.
Huge.
So the numbers back it up, but let's break down these tools a bit further.
Sure.
You highlighted their no-code smart contract generator.
Yeah.
Which seems like a game changer for people who don't know code but want to participate in the space.
Absolutely, and that's what it's all about, lowering that barrier to entry. You
Yeah.
know, smart contracts are the backbone of so many of these blockchain applications.
Mm,
But to make them banking, you really need to know what you were doing
yeah.
traditionally, and ChainGPT is trying to make that process as easy as using like any other software,
Wow.
and opening it up to way more people.
And from what I see in your notes, you're really interested in their AI NFT generator.
I am.
And I gotta admit, the idea of AI making unique digital art is,
It's pretty wild.
it's pretty mind-blowing.
It is, and it really speaks to this like democratization of creativity
Yeah.
within Web3. Imagine anyone can create and sell their own NFTs now, regardless of their artistic skills.
Yeah.
It's a fascinating evolution, and ChainGPT is leading the charge.
Okay, I have to ask about the AI-generated news.
Okay.
Because I know this raised some red flags in your research.
Sure.
How reliable can AI be as a source of information,
Right.
especially in such a fast-moving space like crypto?
Yeah, that's the million-dollar question. And
Yeah.
It's a valid concern, especially, given how much misinformation is already out there.
Yeah,
ChainGPT, they're always emphasizing the speed and efficiency of their news.
right.
But we got to remember that any AI is only as good as the data it's trained on.
So even with these fancy tools,
Yeah.
we still got to be skeptical.
We do.
We still got to double check.
Always.
We can't just blindly trust the robot journalist yet.
Not yet, no. But the potential is huge.
Okay.
Imagine AI just sifting through mountains of data to give us real-time insights,
Okay.
flagging anything that looks suspicious, even helping us identify trends before they hit the mainstream.
Okay. And if we tie that back to your research on market analysis tools,
Right.
ChainGPT is also offering AI-powered chart analysis and trading assistance.
Yeah.
Are we talking about a robo-advisor for crypto?
Well, it's not that simple.
Mm.
No algorithm can perfectly predict the market.
Of course not.
And I'm sure ChainGPT would say the same thing. But what these tools can do is offer another layer of analysis. Maybe highlight patterns or signals that a human trader might miss.
Yeah.
It's about helping humans make better decisions, not replacing them.
Okay. That makes sense. But with all these different tools and functionalities, it seems like ChainGPT is trying to be more than just a software provider.
Yeah.
It's like they're building a movement.
You're right. They're not just offering tools. They're creating a platform, a community,
Okay.
a whole ecosystem around this idea of AI and blockchain working together.
Oh, wow.
They even have a venture capital ChainGPT Labs
Okay.
investing in and supporting startups in this space.
And they're putting serious money behind it, too.
They are.
The $1 million Web3 AI grant program
Yeah.
really caught my eye. They're actively seeking out projects that fit their vision,
Yeah.
fostering innovation, attracting talent to this space.
It's a smart strategy.
Yeah.
They're not just building a product.
Right.
They're cultivating a whole movement.
Okay.
And that's something we'll explore further as we kind of dive deeper into this ecosystem.
Well, before we get ahead of ourselves, let's take a closer look at how this ecosystem actually works.
Okay.
Your notes say the CGPT token plays a central role,
It does.
and not just for accessing the AI tools,
Right. This is where the idea of a DAO comes in.
the DAO.
Yeah. A decentralized autonomous organization.
Okay.
ChainGPT is giving CGPT token holders real influence through their DAO,
Okay.
allowing them to vote on proposals and shape the direction of the project.
Okay.
It's all part of their commitment to decentralization and community involvement.
Okay. So they've got the tools,
Yeah.
the investment arm,
Uh-huh.
the community governance.
Yeah.
But we also need to talk about security.
Sure.
You highlighted a lot of concerns in your research about the potential risks of AI in this space.
And those are valid concerns.
Right.
We're talking about cutting-edge tech being applied to a space that's already known for being volatile
Right.
and vulnerable to attacks.
Yeah.
But ChainGPT seems very aware of this,
Okay.
which is why they've got a multi-layered approach to security.
They do. They've got a dedicated security team,
Yeah.
a bug bounty program to incentivize ethical hackers.
Right.
They even developed CryptoGuard,
Yeah.
an AI-powered browser extension specifically designed to protect users from scams and phishing attacks.
It's all about building trust and confidence
Yeah.
because at the end of the day,
Right.
for this tech to really change how we interact with blockchain,
Mm.
it needs to be secure and reliable.
Well said. I think that's a great place to pause for now.
Okay.
We've covered a lot, from the basics of ChainGPT to the implications of AI in the crypto space.
We have.
But there's so much more to unpack,
There is.
especially when it comes to their specific applications and the potential impact this could have on the future of Web3.
Right. And in the next part of our deep dive,
Okay.
we'll look at some of those specific use cases and look at how ChainGPT is already making waves in the real world.
Okay.
We'll also look at the potential risks in more detail and examine both sides of the coin
Right.
to help you come to your own conclusions.
Sounds good. Okay, so we've laid the groundwork, explored what ChainGPT is and the problems it's aiming to solve.
Yeah.
But now let's shift gears and dive into how they're actually applying these tools in the real world.
Okay.
You mentioned ChainGPT's B2B offerings in your notes.
Yeah.
What caught your attention there?
It's their focus on creating customized solutions for businesses operating in the blockchain space.
Yeah.
White label AI chatbots, bespoke launch pads, like they're handing companies a toolkit to really navigate this crazy world.
Yeah, I think you underlined a quote here in one of the articles.
Yeah.
ChainGPT is not just about building products, it's about empowering businesses to build the future.
It's a bold statement.
It is a bold statement.
But it goes beyond just marketing hype.
Okay.
Think about the practical implications. Imagine a crypto exchange with an AI-powered chatbot that can instantly answer customer questions,
Okay.
guide them through complex transactions, even offer personalized investment advice.
Wow.
It could revolutionize customer service.
It also raises questions about the role of humans.
Right.
Are we headed towards a future where AI takes over?
It's a valid concern.
Yeah.
And one that sparks a lot of debate, but I think ChainGPT's approach is a little more nuanced than that.
Okay.
It's about using AI to streamline operations, enhance efficiency, and free up human resources to really focus on the strategy.
So augmentation, not replacement.
Exactly.
Speaking of strategy, you highlighted ChainGPT Labs,
Yeah.
their venture capital arm.
Uh-huh.
What's their investment philosophy and what kind of projects are they backing?
They're not just, throwing money at every shiny new crypto project.
Okay.
We're looking for startups that are using AI to solve real-world problems
Okay.
within the blockchain ecosystem.
Give me some examples.
Dex Check Solidus AI Tech GT protocol.
Okay.
These are all companies really pushing the boundaries.
And it's not just funding.
Well,
They're offering, it sounds like ChainGPT is taking a more hands-on approach.
They are.
Providing mentorship access to their AI technology and even helping these startups connect with other partners and investors.
It's about fostering a whole ecosystem of innovation.
Okay.
They're building a network, a community of like-minded individuals and organizations, all working towards the same goal.
To use AI to unlock blockchain's true potential.
Exactly.
And that brings us back to the community aspect,
Yeah.
which seems to be a recurring theme with ChainGPT.
It is.
Their DAO, powered by the CGPP token, is a pretty unique approach to governance.
Yeah.
What kind of power do token holders actually have?
It's not just about passive ownership.
Okay.
CGPT holders are actively involved in shaping the project.
Okay.
They vote on proposals, influence development roadmaps, even decide how funds are allocated.
Wow.
It's a true example of decentralized decision-making.
Power to the people.
Exactly.
And it sounds like they've really thought about the tokenomics.
They have.
With tiered membership programs, staking options, and even a burn mechanism to potentially increase the value of the CGPT token over time.
It all points to a long-term vision.
Yeah.
They're not just focused on short-term gains. They're building a sustainable ecosystem,
Okay.
one that can really thrive.
But even with the best intentions and a strong community, there are always going to be challenges.
Sure.
Security risks, regulatory hurdles, the potential for AI bias.
Of course.
These are all concerns you raised.
And they are valid concerns, and they need to be addressed. But I think it's important to remember that ChainGPT isn't operating alone.
Right.
They're working within a larger industry that is also facing these same issues.
They're not shying away from the conversation either.
No, they're not.
It seems like they're actively engaging with the community,
They are.
seeking feedback, and even partnering with security experts and researchers to make their platform as safe and reliable as possible.
Transparency and collaboration are key.
Yeah.
It's not about pretending these challenges don't exist.
Right.
It's about acknowledging them, addressing them, and working together to find solutions.
Okay, so we've talked about the business applications, the community involvement, the security considerations.
Yeah.
But what about the bigger picture?
Sure.
What's the overall significance of what ChainGPT is doing, and where do you see this all heading?
I think they're playing a pivotal role in shaping the future of Web3.
Okay.
They're showing that AI can be a powerful force for good,
Yeah.
not just for businesses, but for everyday users. Like, you imagine a future where interacting with blockchain tech is as easy as using your favorite app.
A future where even complex concepts like smart contracts and decentralized finance become accessible to everyone.
Exactly. That's the goal.
That's a pretty compelling vision.
And it's a vision that's gaining traction as more people realize the potential of blockchain technology.
Yeah.
Tools like ChainGPT are going to become even more important. They're bridging the gap.
It's like they're building the on-ramp to the decentralized future.
Yeah, making it easier and safer for everyone to join.
But of course, no technology is without its risks and challenges.
Absolutely. And in the final part of our deep dive,
Okay.
we'll explore those potential pitfalls in more detail. We'll examine the ethical considerations, the potential for misuse, and the questions we need to be asking as this all keeps evolving.
Because ultimately the future of Web3 is not something that's going to be decided by one company or one technology.
Right. It's something we'll all shape together.
Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground in this deep dive.
Yeah.
Exploring ChainGPT's tools, their vision, and even some potential challenges. But before we wrap up, I want to circle back to something you said earlier
Sure.
about ChainGPT bridging the gap between crypto and the mainstream.
Right.
How realistic is that, and what role could AI play in making it happen?
It's an interesting question, and it gets to the heart of Web3's potential.
Okay.
Right now, there's still a huge barrier to entry for a lot of people.
Yeah.
When it comes to crypto and blockchain tech,
Yeah.
it feels intimidating and complex.
Yeah.
Even a little exclusive.
I know you've experienced that frustration. Based on your notes,
I am.
you even joked about needing a PhD in cryptography just to understand a simple transaction.
It's true. And while that complexity is part of what makes blockchain so secure and revolutionary,
Yeah.
it also holds it back from wider adoption.
Okay.
And that's where AI tools like the ones ChainGPT is developing come in.
So it's about simplifying the user experience.
Exactly.
Making these technologies easier to use for the average person.
Yeah, making it more accessible.
Who might not have a deep understanding of the tech.
Right. Because imagine a world where, managing your crypto is as easy as using your banking app.
Okay.
Or interacting with a decentralized application is as seamless as browsing social media.
Okay.
AI can make that happen.
Okay, so we've got AI streamlining things.
Yeah.
Potentially opening up crypto to way more people.
Yeah.
But what about the other side of that?
Right.
What are some of the risks or ethical things we should be thinking about?
You're right to ask that because with any new powerful technology, there's always the chance for misuse. We've seen it with AI in other areas, and crypto's no different.
One of the biggest concerns you brought up in your research is the potential for bias in these algorithms.
Yeah.
How could that play out with something like ChainGPT?
Well, it's a valid concern. AI algorithms are only as good as the data they learn from.
Right.
And if that data is biased or reflects inequalities, then the AI can amplify those problems.
So, for example, if an AI trading assistant is trained on data that shows gender or racial disparities in investment patterns,
Yeah,
it could perpetuate those inequalities in its recommendations.
exactly. And that's why transparency is so important.
Okay.
Companies like ChainGPT need to be open about their data and algorithms.
Right.
And they need to actively work to reduce bias in their systems.
And this is where community involvement can play a big role,
Huge.
right? Because if the community knows about these potential biases, they can hold the developers accountable
Exactly.
and push for fairer solutions.
It's about working together, not just relying on companies to self-regulate.
And it's not just bias. We also have to think about AI being used for bad things.
Yeah, of course.
You know, manipulating markets, spreading misinformation, or even helping with scams and hacks.
All important concerns.
It's a reminder that even with all the good things AI can bring, we can't just blindly trust it.
No, you have to be careful.
We need to think critically, ask tough questions, and stay informed
Yes, stay vigilant.
about how these systems work and how they're being used.
Absolutely.
So ultimately, what's the key takeaway for our listener?
Well, I think the most important thing is to be both optimistic and cautious.
Okay.
There's amazing potential here to change how we interact online,
Yeah.
to create fair financial systems, and to empower people in ways we haven't even thought of yet.
But we also need to be aware of the risks,
Of course,
the ethical questions, and the need for constant scrutiny.
it's a journey, not a destination.
Right.
And as with any journey into new territory, we need to be ready for both the good and the bad.
Well said. And with that, we'll wrap up our deep dive into the world of ChainGPT. We hope you found it insightful and maybe even a little inspiring.
I hope so.
As always, we encourage you to keep exploring and asking your own questions and stay engaged in the conversation as this all keeps developing.
Yeah, keep learning.
Thanks for joining us, and until next time, keep diving deep.
Yeah, see you later.
If you enjoyed this breakdown and want more deep dives into crypto fundamentals, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. It really helps the channel grow.